So here we are at the Texas Woodworking Festival here in Austin, Texas, and boy, has my day started out rough. Nailed a deer leaving the neighborhood and had a blowout on I-35 getting here. My first real blowout. Don't know if those are related because they were on the opposite sides of the truck, and that deer just T-boned the side. Didn't really hit the tires, but I made it somehow. Texas Woodworking Festival is kind of a cross between a symposium and educational thing, and then just a flat-out demonstration of all the tools out here. And we'll be walking around and showing you all that we have up here. This year I wasn't able to get an education ticket, so I'm only going to come up here one day. It's a fairly inexpensive, but you can get a lot of education at the different booths. But it seems like everyone's doing demonstration, and those demonstrations are more than just showing you whatever wares they're vending. They're actually adding in a lot of educational elements. So it's well worth coming out. So how about we take a quick peruse to the entire set area, public area, for the least expensive ticket available, and you can see if something you'd like to do next year.
I'm here with Walrus Oil. This is our cutting board care kit. It's going to contain an 8-ounce bottle of our cutting board oil, all natural ingredients, mostly coconut oil and beeswax and vitamin E. And it's going to go on, it's going to saturate the board, it's going to soak in, prevent moisture and water from getting in there, prevent warping, any untowards, food bits getting in there. When you wash it, it's going to stay deep inside the board, it's going to stay protecting it. And then the wood wax goes on top. It's kind of the final coat that seals the board. And yeah, you reapply every 2 or 3 months. You can get yours at walrusoil.com.
Hi, can you hear me? Hi, my name is Mara. I'm the president of Sutherland Wells. We make polymerized tung oil wood finishes since 1965, so it's our 60th birthday this year. We make everything in Providence, Rhode Island. And we make high quality, beautiful and durable finishes, make a full line. We make some just oil and solvent finishes, and then we make some resin fortified finishes. Everything we make is handmade and starts with our polymerized tung oil. You can find us at www.sutherlandwells.com, on Instagram at Sutherland Wells, on Facebook at Sutherland Wells, and TikTok at Sutherland Wells.
Hey, here's something that's worth the effort. New Cat's Moses Sharpening jig. Only jig on the market that can do skew blades, square blades, odd-shaped blades, rabbiting plane blades. In fact, I'll show you how it does a skew chisel right now. So, take my fence here. This creates multiple points of contact and works like a fulcrum for setting my angle. So if I want to set 25, I have a square, a reference point here, and then I use the fence to create a square edge. So I can just slide it right in there, and it's perfectly square. Pinch it like that, lock my chisel down. And then what's cool about this jig is you don't put your fingers on the blade. You use these thumb cutouts here, which allows you to create a cantilevered approach to this. And this is obviously not at the right angle. You can see that it's off, but you sharpen like this instead of having to put your fingers on the blade, which keeps things safe. Super cool. And then to create square edges here, it goes like this, right against our magnetic fence. Same thing, you find your 30-degree edge here. You have 2 square references, and then you also have 2 points of contact, which jigs of this nature with a clamshell type clamp are notorious for the chisel moving. But now that you have 2 points of contact, you're not going to bump it out of square when you go to sharpen. And again, keeping your fingers off the chisel because you're using a cantilever to create pressure. This is the coolest jig on the market, does the most stuff, and will sharpen any blade you have. up to 0.41 inches thick and 2 5/8 inches wide.
Hi, I'm Jay Levy, here representing the Purple Heart Project. It's a non-profit that supports 42 combat veterans a year to travel for a week-long hand tool workshop with Rob Cosman up in Canada. Everything is funded fully by donations, and our goal is to teach combat veterans to find the peace needed through hand tool woodworking in order to adapt back into society. At the conclusion of their week-long training, they receive all of the tools that they were given at the workshop, and then 2 weeks after they return back to their home, our bench brigade produces a bench and delivers it to the combat veteran's home, so he can continue to hand tool woodwork on their own time. Please check us out at thepurpleheartproject.org. We're also on Instagram and Facebook.
Hi, I'm Jonah Chambers with Osborne Wood Products. We're here at the Texas Woodworking Festival. Today I wanted to share our new timbre collection that we released about a year ago. So these are all flexible panels that have a nice fabric backing. They can wrap flat or around a curved surface. These are all available in a 1 foot by 4 foot panel. And they're available in 5 wood species and 12 design styles. So all of our pricing is listed on our website. You can check out and it'll ship straight to you. 92% of our orders ship same day. So you can find all the pricing listed and it'll ship straight to your door, no minimum order quantity. So definitely check us out, www.osbornewood.com. Thanks for visiting us.
Hey, this is Brandon Birdall with Birdall Sawmill. We're here at the Texas Woodworking Festival showing off some of our alignment slabs, mantles, cutting boards, and all the stuff that we do. So stop by and see us. Our website is birdallsawmill.com. Thanks.
And these are the people hiding out of the camera blue.
My name is Cass Dolan. I run Bad Axe Toolworks, and we are here for our 3rd year at the Texas Woodworking Show. We have a wide range of products that we're selling this year, but one that I would like to personally shout out is our 17-inch joiner saw. So this is like a mini benchtop panel saw. It's 17 inches, 11 PPI filed as hybrid, but it's the same material as our panel saw, so it's a nice hefty little saw, but it can, it's really good for offcuts and just general purpose saw. But this is what we're featuring here today.
Where can they find you?
You can find us at badaxetoolworks.com or Instagram badaxetoolworks.
Okay, Cash, your commercial's over. You are always talking about folded back. What's the big deal about folded backs on back saws?
So a major feature with the folded back is that it's actually just clamped on by tension versus being a glued on bar stock. So what this means is that it's actually like a safety feature for your saw.
When you say tension, if I were to take this blade out, are you telling me that gap would close up? It's squeezing the blade right now.
Yeah, it's clamping it just on the very top.
So by folding it, you turn it into a spring that's constantly clamping.
Yes.
Okay.
And so what happens after, like, say if you were sawing really quickly and aggressively with the saw and it warps the plate, which can happen with any saw, if it warped the plate, you can actually retension the backs. So how we do that is you would put it on a flat surface. You would take a retention mallet with nylon or a rubber spud, something that's not going to damage your back, and then you would tap it on the back, flip it around, and tap it on the front. And then whatever wiggle is in the plate, it would make it arrow straight again. So it's like a safety feature for your saw, so you're not going to damage it for the lifetime of the tool, and it keeps you being able to maintain it, and it won't get damaged.
So when we kink the saw blade, you're basically saying it's not bottomed out on the top anymore. No. So by bottoming it back out, we straighten it out?
If you bottom it out in here, it's not gonna perform well. You have to you don't want this bottomed out on the saw plate. You need it just clamped on, because if this doesn't have room inside of the back to move, basically it's moving in the wood, like as you're going. So if it's bottomed out in the back, you're gonna warp the plate and it's not gonna retension. You have to then lift the back up slightly, which is a very easy process, but it's just maintaining your saw, and that's what makes it a lifetime tool.
So The mass manufactured ones are just slitting bar stock and sliding it in. That's not, adjustments aren't possible with that way.
Yep. Modern manufacturers, a lot of modern manufacturers of saws, they do a glued brass bar stock because it is a little bit cheaper and it's easier because you don't have to true it. So, but that would get damaged if you ended up kinking the saw. You wouldn't be able to fix that.
So it makes it disposable?
Yes.
All right, we're starting our first Texas Woodworking Festival panel. This is Toolmakers. I'm Ethan Abramson. I'm going to be your host for this entire weekend. And with me, we have the three panelists. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Curtis Turner with Lee Nelson Tool Works.
Hi, my name is Cass Dolan. I am with Bad Axe Tool Works.
And I'm Chris Schoenberg with Temple Tool Co.
Everybody knows that the woodworking world is getting more and more digital, and you are all staying in the hand tool world. So how do you balance respecting traditional design with making improvements for the modern tool user?
From our standpoint, our designs are what would be considered kind of traditional or classic. We like that because those have stood the test of time. That's why I think our tools, when you pick them up, generally they feel very comfortable to most people because they've been modified and refined over time. Of using kind of modern technology applied to the tool making piece. That's also true with plane blades, for example. Traditionally, those were made of a lower quality metal, and the modern blades, in our case, are A2 cryogenically treated steel that have a good balance of sharpenability, but also have good edge retention. So we feel like we're picking the best of what's available to us as modern makers, and then putting those in a classic or traditional style hand tool.
We modeled all of our saws after 19th century designs just because they have held up really well over time in terms of durability, ergonomics, and just holding up well with tooth filing and geometry. So we model all of our saws after 19th century designs that have proven that they've worked over time. But we're not afraid to offer more modernized equipment and just like processes of how we make saws to make it a little bit faster for us. But we still like to keep that handcrafted feature.
Well, the Japanese saws in general, there was a revolution in manufacturing processes that allowed the Japanese to create disposable blade saws at a fraction of the price that it used to take a Japanese master saw maker. Designing saws that are meeting some of the demands that some of the woodworkers want, like some smaller saws, some folding saws that are coming down the pipeline. But we really try to lean into the tradition. There's been hundreds and hundreds of years of really, really skilled craftsmen and blacksmiths and tool makers that have made these saws really, really good. And so it's hard to really want to adapt those to like tech-savvy people in the woodworking. We want more people. I know they all agree. We want more woodworkers to be hybrid woodworkers, stop relying so much on digital and technology, and grab hand tools more. It makes you a much better woodworker in the end.
In terms of challenges in production, for us, we're still a small company. We're like 60 to 70 employees, and our biggest challenge is making enough of everything that people want. And we try very hard to have a supply for the tools. We don't like running out of inventory in a particular tool, but that's the reality of the way we make things. We don't not banging out thousands and thousands of tools every day. So we still operate on a small scale. The benefit of that is that you're getting a quality product that's not one of a batch of 1,000. So that's a big advantage.
The biggest challenge that we kind of experience is, so saw making is a lot of, like building a saw is more of an engineering challenge, whereas having it be beautiful is more of a creative challenge. So it's combining the two without letting one overpower the other in terms of like one or the other. So I would say that's like our biggest challenge. But we are also a small company, so within our company we're only 3 people, and we kind of wear a lot of hats like per employee. Just we have to do a lot of things around the shop. So that one probably is a challenge for us as well, is just making sure that we have enough employees to actually produce all the saws that we make and all the orders. So.
One of the big challenges for me is all our manufacturing and my business partner are Japanese. So for one, they look at my crazy Western ideas and this crazy American guy, and they're very rigid in their traditions, and sometimes it's challenging to get them to do an idea I have. They like to use the word, oh, that's very difficult, and I've come to realize that means like they can't do it, but they don't want to say it. So I'm like, difficult? I mean, let's get it done. Chisels is a very difficult thing. Our chisels are hand forged by Japanese blacksmiths that have been doing it for decades. And it's 10 years of apprenticeship before a blacksmith can learn how to make a chisel. So it's very limited on how many we can get. And we refuse to have those mass produced because you just can't do it to that level. You can't cast chisels and get the same kind of quality as you can from hand forging them. So that's a challenge. Definitely keeping up with demand on chisels.
Any more questions?
Manufacturing technology is getting better and cheaper, and I think next up on the downward scale is multi-articulating robots. What element of y'all's tool manufacturers could never be taken over by Skynet? And how long does it take to learn that skill?
So the question is, as manufacturing gets more and more towards automated and robotics, what's something that cannot be replicated in your tools by modern manufacturing and has to still be done in person?
A lot of our work is done by hand. We do have a number of CNC machines that do a lot of the initial milling of the rough casting, or taking the wood handles, for example, and dialing those in. But so much of our tools are finished by hand. Tools are examined by hand. You'll go through the shop and see people with squares measuring the squareness of tools that they're working on. The wood handles, they're all finished sanded by hand, so somebody's handling all these things by hand. We do not have an assembly machine that puts together number 4s. It's all done by hand. I don't think that would ever be done by a robot. I just don't ever see that happening. I don't think that we could, that at least from our standpoint, that we would be able to achieve the precision and quality control that we expect would come from a robot.
Similar to what Curtis was saying, a lot of what we do is handmade. So obviously we have some equipment that helps us with like water jetting, to get the initial form. But we hand set, hand sharpen all of our teeth in the shop. So we like to keep that tradition alive and know what to look for with each individual tooth. It did take a lot of time to get each individual saw maker trained up on what to look for in each saw, how to feel for if a saw is up to the same quality. So all of that just takes a lot of time, but it's nice to be able to have that quality control and know how to fix something that a machine couldn't produce as well. Machines they can produce like a perfect like a perfect manufacturing, but we still have that handmade element where we're actually fixing a lot of the things that a machine isn't like perfectly machining every single time for each individual saw. So it's a lot of like hand fitting, hand finishing, quality control that goes into everything that we do.
So our Japanese saw blades are all made by robots or manufactured by machines, and they're able to just do that so incredibly well. The saw teeth on the Japanese saw are like extremely fine, and there's only a very small handful of people in the world, and they have 3 on a crosscut blade. There's 3 facets to grind, not just a fleam and a point slope grind. There's actually a 3rd one. It's very, very difficult to make those and sharpen those, and they were able, and that's why they're available to the whole world now. They were able to come up with that incredibly good manufacturing process. Our saw blades are all hand inspected, and the saws are hand assembled and everything. One thing that Japanese, and I don't think they'll ever be able to replicate, is hand forging the chisels. And that's something that we took the decision where we're not going to make cast chisels. There's a high demand for Japanese chisels, but we stuck with finding a really good blacksmith to have them hand forged, and so we're limited to only like 10 sets a month. That's just the way it is, because you just can't really replicate that with a computer or a robot. Those blacksmiths take a lifetime to learn those skills, and it's just something a robot can't really accomplish.
Pardon me while I hijack this little video episode for my own nefarious reasons, because I'm sure a lot of you out there understand that, you know, YouTube is changing dramatically, especially this past year, and it's affecting a lot of us smaller creators quite a bit. I think that we're just kind of the first occupation out there that's really being affected by AI in a visible area, because you know, you all seen those AI videos out there. It's not necessarily they're directly competing against people, because no AI can create a video like this, but it's the fact that they're diluting the ad pool out there, so less money is being distributed to individual creators. Little behind baseball little thing. Channels like mine, and I've talked to a lot of my friends out there, we're down to about 20% of what we were just a few years ago with the same number of views. So that's just a kind of reason why I think it's the AI deluge that's affecting us. Now, for us to make this financially viable, a lot of us are turning to sponsorships. So for the first time in 15 years, that's what I'm doing. I'm sponsoring myself, and I'm kind of hawking my own wares, turning my production work that normally goes to toy stores and galleries into stuff that would be available for y'all. And this year I'm reintroducing two main products. I'm reintroducing a very popular item, only this time I'm doing it in hard maple, and that is my general purpose bench mallet. Now y'all might look at this right here and think that it's just a handle with a little bit of weight on the end, but there's a reason for every single curve, every single proportion on this, because I use this for three different strikes. Fine, you know, general purpose strikes, and then some heavy duty strikes. If I'm doing letter carving, I will actually hold it with the fingers fitting perfectly in the curve and the concaveness working on the end of chisels. Example, stuff like that. But for general purpose work, like I'm doing dovetails, clearing out the waste, I'll actually hold it with my pinky coming back in here. It's just to make it a very natural grip where I'm not having to hold strongly. It works a lot more ergonomically. And if I'm doing some minor mortising, this is not a size mallet that will do heavy mortising. You know, you grab the handle, but because of the shape of the handle, the design of it, once again, it's not something that you have to hold on to. So this is something you can use all day long and just not go wear your muscles out. It's an ergonomically designed general purpose mallet. And I've been making those for the past few months, getting the stock up for the Christmas season. But the other big thing is a whole new, oh, by the way, in my ultimate marketing sense, I had videos showing you out there how to make those, and I even give you a blueprint of my proportions so that you can make one of your own. But I'm hoping that some of y'all might support the channel and buy one. Anyways, the big product just came in a box. The Make Pretties have arrived, and the Make Pretty is my design of a sanding paddle. Not a tool you see out there quite a lot, because actually you had to have a modern invention to use these, and that is these little commonly available 3-inch hook and loop sanding papers. And this is just a ergonomically designed paddle that can hold 4 different grits. So how many times have you been at your workbench and you just want to knock off an edge or anything like that? This is just a quick, convenient means of accessing all the grits you need for most any project. And I call it the Make Pretty because at the final step of any project I ever do, you sit back a day after you finished it, before you put finish on it, you go over every single fiber. And this allows me to correct any kind of tear out need or anything like that with just a few swipes. If an edge is a little bit too sharp, go to my highest grit, just a quick little break that edge. Again, it's just a convenient access to 4 different grits. And I call it the Make Pretty. And now I have links down below to not only those videos on the mallet, but direct links if you want to support this channel. Buy a couple tools that you'll actually use for the life of your woodworking career. Thanks for letting me have this little diatribe.
Hey, I'm Adam Beasley from Stone Coat Countertops. So we are one of the biggest manufacturers of epoxy in the U.S. for countertop epoxy, flooring epoxy. Well, this month we just launched the wood shop epoxy line here. So brand new woodworking line. We want to take the industry by storm here, but it's all USA made. It is manufactured in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Our creation station's here in Seguin, Texas. So all USA all the way through, but you can find this at stonecoatcountertops.com.
Hi everybody, I'm Jack with Toolmaker. The water-cooled sharpening system, best in the world, but you already know that. Real quick, what we're looking at is the Toolmaker T4 and the Toolmaker T8. Most notably, differences being the larger unit is going to be for the professional, where the smaller unit, although doing all of the same work, is going to be more for a handy person at home. Check us out at www.toolmaker.com.
Hey, I'm Adam So. I'm the Director of Education at Assembly Makerspace. Assembly is a nonprofit makerspace where our goal is just to bring the love of creating and making to the Austin community. We do classes, we're an open membership workshop. People just come and join, sign up, take classes, learn how to make things, and then come and use the space as much as they want throughout the week. People of all kinds of backgrounds just come and learn how to make, and it's a really awesome place with a great community. If you're interested, let us know. We'd love to have you. You can check us out at www.assembly.org. Thank you.
I'm DJ with Mullet Tools. We're here at Texas Woodworking Festival and have two new items I want to talk to you about. The first is the fits-all hose kit that's guaranteed to fit any power tool and connect also into the vacuum as well. And it's guaranteed, so if we'll 3D print a custom bushing for free if one in the kit doesn't fit one of your tools. And then we also have the new 4-inch boom arm designed for dust collectors, and it has articulating pivots to allow you to get dust collection exactly where you need it in all those places where you can't naturally get a hose connected. So you can find us at mullettools.com.
Hi, I'm Gary Rogowski. I'm at the Texas Woodworking Festival in the Lee Nielsen booth, enjoying myself, helping out with some of the hand planes here. I gave a talk today on my top 5 hand planes. And tomorrow at Chad on setting up shop, I've got a class coming up this January. There is the QR code for a discount. And yeah, I'm looking forward to doing more online stuff. It's been surprising, really fun. So hope you join me. Thanks.
Hey, I'm Doug Hain with Austin Community College. I'm here hawking our woodworking certificate program this weekend. We're on the side of the Building Construction Management degree program, where we offer an associate's degree in building construction management. However, also on the side, we have a woodworking certificate program. It's a 3-semester program. It's going to give you a lot of time on tools, and by the end of it, you're going to have a very well-rounded skill set. This is our advanced woodworking project that you do towards the end of it. Dovetail, joinery, tenons, this all started out as a chunk of tree. And by the end of it, we come in with this fine thing that is actually family heirloom. You can find us at austincc.edu/BCT. That gets you to the Building Construction Trade Program, and that will give you access to our program.
Howdy, my name is Frank Straza. I'm a furniture maker as well as an instructor. I travel around the country teaching at different woodworking schools, and I'm here just demonstrating some of the different things that I teach. We're doing some double bevel marquetry like this right here in coca-cola and lace wood. I'm doing some in ebony, and so these are some of the different things that I teach. I teach joinery. I've got some of the different pattern. So in a 2-day marquetry class, we'll do some complex work like this all by hand, and like this. We'll then do some double bevel. I'm actually going to be teaching a class in London, England, coming up next month, the end of October, as part of the International Woodworking Festival in London. And it is a 4-day marquetry class. So we'll start out with some of this type of stuff, and then we'll move into multicolored pieces where you can do fine details like this. So yeah, that's what I do, and you can find more of my information at strazafurniture.com. I've got a list of the classes that I teach there, so hope to see you in the class. Just demonstrating some double bevel marquetry techniques, cutting out ebony, and I think sap wood. Some wood that I got years ago. You'll notice this is canted at an angle, and then I keep the saw straight, so what that does is it creates a bevel, and then that bevel allows the top to bend.
Let me be your salty dog, or I won't be your man at all. Let me be your salty dog.
I'm Jason Thigpen with Texas Heritage Woodworks. We're out of Menard, Texas, which is a super small town in the middle of nowhere. Our website is txheritage.net, and we've been doing this for almost 11 years full-time now. Through the graces of social media, we got a following early on and have been able to build up our product line, mostly for woodworking related stuff, tool rolls, shop aprons, that kind of thing. But now we're branching out into more stuff. We're making leather chairs, teaching classes on making these, so if somebody wants to make their own. We'll be having classes in our new workshop space. You leave with a brand new chair like this, 100% made by your own hands. It's just exciting stuff. We love teaching, we love leatherwork and woodwork, so obviously a lot of our stuff encompasses that, but I really think talking about this stuff and teaching it is one of our biggest things that we love to do. So we're excited about the classes coming up.
Hey everybody, Kevin Barnett here for Carbide 3D. We manufacture CNC machines, benchtop as well as desktop machines, and it is a full package when you buy a Carbide 3D machine. We have software, the CAD and CAM that you need in order to make, design, and create a project. We have a wide variety of things you can make, and the thing that distinguishes us from anybody else in the CNC space, not only the quality machines, but also the education that we offer. Everything from how do I draw a simple circle to can I make a gigantic door that I can hang as part of my office. So we are here to make sure that you have success when you purchase a CNC machine, from zero knowledge to having success however you define it. Check us out at carbide3d.com. Also check us out on YouTube, carbide3d.com on YouTube. And there you'll find all kinds of different projects, resources, ideas, information, and inspiration.
Hi, I'm Jackie from Lightbird Software. We make software for laser cutters and cutting suits for CNC routers. We are a non-subscription-based software program. We work with a variety of hardware with a wide range of features. We have a free trial if you want to give it a try. Go to our website, lightbirdsoftware.com, for more information, for download files, and for links to additional resources on how to use it. Thank you.
Hey everyone, my name is Chris Schoenberg. I'm the president and co-founder of Temple Tool Company. This is a Japanese tool company, kind of with a Western aesthetic, and we reworked these blades to be better suited for our Western woods that we use, which are usually a little harder than what's used in Japan. They use a lot more soft woods. We also branded these and marketed these with our packaging to make it really user-friendly and understandable what the saw is that you're buying. For example, we have these two Dozuki saws that look pretty much identical except for one's got a rounded back. But this one is a rip saw and this is a crosscut saw. And one of the problems that people have with buying Japanese saws is they typically only buy a crosscut saw and use it for dovetailing. That makes it a little frustrating for them because the crosscut saw doesn't rip very well. What we recently came out with that I wanted to show you is called our Little Demon Saw, and this is actually a combination of crosscut teeth and rip teeth. So somebody who might want to get into Japanese saws, they've never bought one before, don't want to have to buy the professional ones, they can buy this, do cross cutting and rip cutting, do all their dovetailing, all their small mortise and tenon joinery in one little single saw. It's awesome. You can find these on our website, templetoolcompany.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, get new products that are coming out and deals and what we're up to. Thanks everyone.
Bob Cummings from Praza USA out here in Austin, Texas. We make a 12-inch and an 18-inch beam cutter attachment. Fits right on your saw, just like changing a blade. This is our 12-inch model. Over here, we have our 18-inch model. I can get 14 inches on a 45, 18 inches on a 90. The chain turns the opposite direction of a chainsaw. When I go into cut, it pulls right into the cut. No kickback at all. You get a perfect cut every time. They're available at Amazon.com, Prozzy USA, American made. Best tool you'll ever throw in your toolbox.
Hi guys, my name is Ray and I work here at the Austin School of Furniture. We are a small nonprofit that focuses on high quality woodworking education located in South Austin. We have classes for everyone, whether it's a 3-hour community class, which is your first time in the wood shop. We have that for you, all the way to week-long design intensives where we have guest instructors coming from all over the world. We also have weekend classes, evening classes, so there really is something for everyone. So come visit us sometime. You can find our classes at austinschooloffurniture.com or on Instagram or any social media. Yeah, thanks.
And y'all are responsible for holding off this whole shindig, right?
We do. We partner with the Texas Woodworking Festival. Our founder started the school and the festival at the same time, so we kind of, co-host this whole event. So we love it here.
Great panelists on the stage right now for the Why We Make conversation. Let's start it off. Introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about yourselves.
My name is Ron Valdez.
All right, well, I'm Kim McIntyre.
Hello, my name is Gary Rogowski. So I thought that woodworking wasn't a real job. This work is fun. You get to buy tools. Hi, my name is Gary, I collect tools. Hi, my name is Gary, I hoard wood. But I think what's really the most important thing is the restorative value of it, of being at the bench. That's why I do it. I feel like I made that choice and I'm able to get to the bench. I tell my students that there are only 2 rules for woodworking. Only 2. Number 1, wood moves. You can agree with that or not. You can pay attention to it or not. Many of the reproduction folks pay no attention. 24-inch wide panels glued into a post. Pay attention to it or not. A wood moves. And the second rule is just as true. And I believe it fervently. The other woodworkers, they don't know what they're talking about. Everyone has a different way of milling, choosing lumber, finish, I mean, the whole list. Assembly, do you use sandpaper, do you use hand planes? It's amazing the difference. And they're all right. All the answers are right.
From your first answer, we learned that you all started along your woodworking journey pretty early on. And from your second answer, your identity is a woodworker or a furniture maker. Since you've been doing this for a while, and because it's your job, like any job, have you experienced burnout? And if you have, how do you get through burnout in a creative realm, but also in a physical realm, which furniture and woodworking encompasses both?
I tell my students that woodworking is a terrible way to make a living.
I agree.
I'm honest, I'm forthright. It's a terrible way to make a living. It's a great way to live. You see the problem? You see the problem?
I think a lot of woodworkers kind of wake up with ideas on how to solve yesterday's problems, so I think putting yourself in a new environment and you can just start tinkering and looking at it from a different angle.
I thoroughly enjoy the process when it comes to problem solving. It's kind of my nature. One of these last builds that I did, Table for 6, I had numerous challenges. And as you get through one and you accomplish that and you feel good, then you have another one. And a table as complex as that one was, you can't plan it all out. And so the problem solving for me is really rewarding when you're on the other side of the finish line. And as far as mistakes, I like to hyphenate the word mistake. So it's take one, take two, as many takes as it takes.
As many takes as it takes, I like that.
See how fast you read the book. It's been a while, so no promises will be as good.
No excuses, no excuses.
Shit, we got an audience. It's on video. So, when I cut dovetails, one of the most important parts is this rabbit race. This makes life so much easier. Because what happens is it helps you make things square. It gives you a reference for how these to go, and it's like very easy to get better dovetails by having the rabbit. When you don't have that, it's harder to get
Shop over in Mexico. Honey, let me be your soft dog. Let me be your soft dog, or I won't be your man at all. Honey, let me be your soft dog. Ah, let me be your soft dog, or I won't be your man at all. Honey, let me be your soft dog. Thank y'all very much.
Thank you.